Is Puerto Rico safe? A question often asked by those with an itch to travel and explore new territories. Well, let's dive in and find out. This video is designed to provide a balanced view on the safety of Puerto Rico for tourists and residents alike. We're going to delve into the data, the facts, and the experiences of those who've walked the streets, hiked the mountains, and soaked up the sun on this tropical island. Our journey will take us through an exploration of crime rates, a topic that often raises eyebrows. We'll also take a look at the island's susceptibility to natural disasters, a factor that can indeed influence a travel decision. And let's not forget health risks, a concern that's relevant wherever in the world you may find yourself. So armed with an open mind and the spirit of discovery, we're about to embark on a quest for truth. So without further ado, let's plunge into the heart of the matter. When it comes to safety, crime rates often spring to mind first. So what's the situation in Puerto Rico? The island of Puerto Rico, with its year-round tropical climate and captivating culture, is a haven for travelers. But like any other place in the world, it has its share of crime. To paint a realistic picture, the crime rates in Puerto Rico are somewhat higher compared to the national average in the United States. The types of crime vary, with property crimes such as burglary and theft being the most prevalent. Violent crimes do exist, but they are often concentrated in certain areas and are typically associated with gang activities. However, it's important to remember that crime isn't evenly distributed across the island. Some areas, like the popular tourist destinations of Old San Juan and Condado, have lower crime rates compared to the metropolitan areas of San Juan. This is due in part to the significant police presence and security measures implemented in these areas. Now, if we compare Puerto Rico to its Caribbean neighbors, the crime rates are relatively similar. Islands such as Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas also grapple with crime, particularly in urban areas. But here's where the silver lining comes in. The local government and law enforcement agencies in Puerto Rico are proactively working to ensure the safety of both residents and visitors. They've ramped up police presence, especially in tourist-heavy areas, and have implemented community policing initiatives. These include neighborhood watch programs and regular police community meetings to tackle crime at a grassroots level. Moreover, the Puerto Rican government has invested in education and social programs aimed at reducing crime in the long run. These initiatives are designed to provide opportunities for the youth to steer them away from crime and towards a more promising future. So, while crime is a reality in Puerto Rico, as it is anywhere in the world, measures are in place to manage and combat these issues. It's also worth noting that the majority of tourists have a trouble-free visit to this vibrant island. Now that we've tackled crime rates, let's shift gears and talk about another pressing concern: natural disasters. Scene script. Puerto Rico, being an island in the Caribbean, is no stranger to natural disasters, but how dangerous are these really? Dwelling in the heart of the tropics, Puerto Rico is a regular stop on the itinerary of Mother Nature's most powerful forces. Hurricanes and earthquakes are the two most prominent natural disasters that visit the island. Hurricanes are a seasonal occurrence in Puerto Rico, with the hurricane season spanning from June to November each year. The island has weathered some of the most potent storms in recorded history, like Hurricane Maria in 2017, which caused significant damage. However, it's important to note that not every hurricane season brings devastation. In fact, most seasons pass with minimal impact. The island is also seismically active, with earthquakes being a common occurrence. The most significant in recent history was the 6.4 magnitude earthquake that struck in January of 2020. While earthquakes can be unpredictable, most are minor and go unnoticed by the residents. But it's not all doom and gloom. The island's preparedness for these natural disasters is commendable. The government, along with local communities, has implemented robust measures to mitigate the risks. There's a well-structured emergency management system in place, which includes early warning systems, evacuation plans, and resilient infrastructure. Education about disaster preparedness is also widespread among the local population. The residents are well versed in hurricane and earthquake safety protocols, which they've learned through community drills and educational programs. Moreover, the spirit of Puerto Rico se levanta, or Puerto Rico will rise, is a testimony to the resilience of the people. They've proven time and again that they can rebuild and bounce back stronger after every disaster. Natural disasters are indeed a part of life in Puerto Rico, but with adequate preparation, their impact can be managed. Next, we'll look at health risks. Health risks are another aspect to consider when evaluating the safety of a destination. So, what are the health risks in Puerto Rico? Well, as with any tropical location, there are certain diseases to be aware of. Mosquito-borne illnesses such as Zika virus, dengue fever, and chikungunya have been reported here. But don't fret, these are largely preventable with appropriate measures such as using insect repellent, wearing protective clothing, and avoiding mosquito hotspots. Now, let's talk about healthcare quality. Puerto Rico's healthcare system has seen significant improvements over the years, but there are still disparities in access to healthcare, particularly in rural areas. There are world-class hospitals and clinics in the larger cities, though. Moreover, the island has a high prevalence of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease, which are the leading causes of death. But these are lifestyle diseases, not specific to Puerto Rico. While there are health risks, they can be managed with proper precautions. Let's wrap things up. So, after examining the crime rates, natural disasters, and health risks, how safe is Puerto Rico really? We've looked at various factors throughout this video, and it's clear that, like any destination, Puerto Rico has its share of risks. Yes, crime exists, but it's also concentrated in certain areas, and tourists are not the primary targets. Natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquakes do occur, but with advanced warning systems and proper planning, these can be weathered. As for health risks, they're largely preventable with appropriate vaccinations and precautions. What's important here is not to let fear overshadow the beauty and vibrancy of Puerto Rico. With the right approach and a bit of preparation, you can enjoy a safe and memorable trip. Remember, awareness is your best defense. In the end, safety often comes down to being informed and prepared. So is Puerto Rico safe? Yes, it can be, as long as you're well prepared and aware of the risks.